What's happening, Wisdom Warriors? Back at it for another video. How's everybody doing? Hope you're enjoying the sunshine, the beautiful weather. I haven't gotten a chance to get outside today yet. I've been trying to set up this camera, and I think we've got some of it nailed down. There's still some things I want to iron out, but this will be the first video in 4K on the channel. Well, with this camera anyway. I did record some other ones, but it wasn't a great camera. This is much better for what I'm trying to do, and now I'm going to be able to vlog and do all kinds of stuff for you guys and bring a lot more better content. I want to touch on a little bit about the short that I recorded earlier today about people pleasing and go into a little bit more depth on that, but it's all going to come into circle with overdoing and underdoing and acceptance and love outside of yourself, and how this all ties in together in so many ways, in so many aspects. And again, bear with me as I learn how to use the settings in this and what best will work for this channel. And we're going to start doing some edits and just getting some good content out to you guys that can help us all grow and evolve together on this journey. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, please like the video if you like the content that I continue to bring. Please share, please, subscribe, do it all, man. I really appreciate it, and individuals that are finding the channel appreciate it too, because we are getting more and more subscribers, and the channel's growing, and it's going to continue to grow as I get deeper into the content and bring you my experiences in life and challenges and things I've endured and experienced on my own journey and path. I've been living a life of a lot of people pleasing in my life, and I do mean a lot. It has been a really tumultuous journey, not having boundaries and being a people pleaser and an empath all in one. Hasn't been easy from any stretch of the imagination, and I've been tested so many times hardcore by the universe with people that really press up against your boundaries and really don't respect them whatsoever, and then you go and turn around and people please because you don't want to cause conflict and you don't want to cause issues, so you just say yes when you really wanted to say no. And that, my friends, is a very, very painful experience for yourself. And I tell you right now, man, the things that I've endured and experienced through just wanting to help others so that they don't go and get sucked in, and it caused me a lot of health issues over the years. And I can tell you right now, I've heard stories from many, many different people that were people pleasers big time, and that how they experienced health challenges. And I don't think that the people that are asking mean it in a bad way, not at least most of the time, but there is people that do take advantage and they abuse nice people that want to do things out of not causing issues. And I can tell you right now, when you do that, you're putting an imbalance in the body, and you're basically creating more imbalance within you and then within the external. So it doesn't really benefit either party, because, well, eventually you just lose your shit and you just it becomes chaos because you explode, and because you are doing things you don't really want to do and you don't really resonate with, and that just turns into a really tumultuous relationship. And in the end, most likely you're not going to be friends anymore. You're not going to be family if we're family. It does create massive challenges in your life, and I can tell you right now, the most peaceful people are the ones that aren't the people pleaser, that do say no when they want to say no. And to be honest, at the end of the day, the relationship becomes better. I'm starting to realize with the people that I had no boundaries with, it's taken me years to change and to create boundaries with those people, and yet they still tend to cross them at certain points because they're used to the old way. And to be quite frank, my relationships seem to be getting better. Yeah, they're kind of non-existent, but they're better. When we talk with communication. We talk where either party states how they feel and what they want, and if they have to go, then they have to go, or they don't, then they don't. So there's boundaries in place, but the relationships aren't as close, I've found. You become more divided or separated, I would venture to say, because usually when there's one side that is more of the people pleaser and will just like agree to do anything and destroy themselves without even realizing, because it's not a conscious thing. It's definitely subconscious, and it definitely plays roles from your childhood, and even could be past life, or it could be a multitude of things. But you start to realize that you're probably doing that from childhood when you wanted to be accepted and loved into these groups and cliques, and you aren't. At least I wasn't. So again, when I speak about these things, I'm not saying you who's watching this video, because maybe you are, but I'm referring to me and my experience and my story. So just know that. And again, I'm going to mention this, and then we'll continue. If you haven't already, please subscribe, please share, please comment, please like the videos. You help the algorithm. You help us get these videos out to more people so that we can grow this channel and grow this community, and we can all come together and unite and help one another on this journey and this path of the Great Awakening. Because that's what we're all going through. We're going through this massive evolutionary shift in humanity. And more people by the thousands are waking up and realizing what they've been doing in these perpetual cycles that they've been repeating over and over again, and that they've been programmed so much deep down in their subconscious that they don't. I mean, you may look at somebody or walk past a neighbor and really have no idea that they're awake, but they really are. Because maybe they're afraid, or they just don't talk about it because they don't think that you understand what they're going through. And so these communities that we're growing and building, as all of us, and I see them all over the place, are bringing people together and uniting us to really feel comfortable and know that we're not the only ones going through it, and we haven't been. So just know that by you hitting the like button and you subscribing and you sharing these videos, you're helping others that are going through things that they may think they're alone in going through, that they're the only ones. And they don't have to go in it alone anymore, knowing that there's others like them out there that are going through the same exact thing or similar. So, that's my little spiel. Please, if you can, if you feel called to hit the like button and you like the content that I'm bringing, and you feel like I'm bringing you something that you can grow and evolve from, because if you're just sitting here watching this for entertainment, then don't even bother. Do it because you're getting something out of it. You're gaining something that is going to help you grow and evolve and even awaken more, and maybe you can relate to, and you can have a better understanding of what you're experiencing and what you're going through. So, only do it if you feel called to do it, and if it resonates with you, and if you like what I bring. And like I said, there's going to be much more to come. It's going to be not only a serious channel, but also a light-hearted channel. And, we're just going to enjoy life, man, and enjoy this ride that we've never experienced in all of humanity. And we are at the front lines. We get to experience it. We are the ones leading the pack and showing each of us home to ourselves. So just know that, this probably will never happen again in the history of humanity, and know that it's never happened, and you're a part of it. And you are a part of this amazing experience that we're all experiencing, even though, trust me, there is difficult times, because I'm experiencing them myself. Not only with me, but with others. Um, you know, uh, people just don't understand what is happening, what's going on, and they're afraid. And we have to embrace um, all of it, and feel all of it, and lean into all of it, and just be as present in the now moment as we can. Because that is by far the most powerful place you can be, and the most grounded place you can be is in the present, is in the now. The past and the future don't really exist. The past is gone, and the future hasn't even come yet. So all you really have is the present moment, the now. And a story to speak on that: right prior to my dad passing, uh, you know, last year, the weekend before he passed, I'm getting chills just getting ready to speak about this, because it was sad. Like, the weekend prior to him passing, he was literally, he had no, I don't think he had any idea that he was going to pass 3 or 4 days later. I don't even think it was that many days later. He was literally walking around. Yes, he had issues going on that you could see physically, but I know in his heart of hearts and in his mind that he thought he was going to battle it and fight it and get through it, like he did 2 other times. And the man was literally walking up flights of stairs with me the day before. And that weekend, we were walking down this long path on the sand heading to the ocean. And we went out of town because we were going to get past life regression hypnosis done. And I pushed and pushed for us to go to the beach, because we were literally near the beach. And I now believe everything happens for a reason, and I believe that that was meant to happen. That the place, that the person that we were seeking out lived in near the beach, in Virginia Beach. And it was interesting how I was continuously trying to find somebody that was near the beach. And he put up a argument and fight that he didn't want to go, but he went because of me. And he said when we got there, that's all you have is 5 minutes. Well, he was struggling to walk and pull the stroller of the dog to the sand onto the ocean. There was no like sidewalk. It was like you had to pull whatever, if you had a stroller or whatever, you had to pull it through the sand. And he was struggling, and I was helping him, and it was not easy. It was actually really warm, really, really hot. This was this was the end of July and the beginning of August of last year. So it was extremely hot, but I enjoyed it. He didn't. And when he got to the ocean, and we got back to the hotel, and the whole time he was talking about that, when he got back, he had to get his taxes done and submit them and blah, blah, blah. And he was mad that I already sent mine to the accountant and didn't even let him know about it. And so these were just things that he was discussing, like as if he was going to come back home and get to work on his taxes. and get back to normal life that he saw life to be. And literally we went to go get a treatment done on Tuesday. That was the day before he passed. And he was walking up and down the stairs with me, walking around the whole entire parking lot looking for the car. And he had all of that strength and everything. And then come Wednesday, he was in massive, severe pain in his stomach. And we walked out of the room for 2 seconds and he fell in the bathroom and smashed his head, I don't know where, either on the tile or the counter. I'm not really sure. I haven't talked about this on the channel yet, and I will go into more detail as time goes on, but that's probably as far as I'm going to go with it. Because I'm just speaking about, you never know what is going to happen to you day to day. And what you're talking about today, you may not be here tomorrow. So that's where I go with preparing and speaking for the future. Not to say that you don't prepare and do things for the future, but you don't live in the future. You live in the present and the now. That is where it is most important for you to be. And the past, forget about the past. The past is just for you to reflect on and learn from and grow from. You don't sit there and ruminate in the past. I used to do that. It was like a broken record. And you just don't do that. You sorry, I just had the screen dimmed out, and I just didn't want to make sure it wasn't going to go into standby. So you don't do that. I mean, the past stuff is the past stuff. You can reflect on it, and you can think about things from the past, and and just be like, man, I loved doing this, or I loved doing that, or man, did I learn from this, and that's what you do with it. But you use the breath, like I talk about in so many videos, as to ground you and keep you in the present. Every time you find yourself ruminating in the future too long or too much in the past, you come back to your breath. That will always bring you into the present moment. And the present moment is all that matters, because that's all we have right now. Like right now, I am in the present moment recording this video for you. But after I hit the stop button, the last 20 minutes, 17 minutes that I recorded is gone. Yes, it's on video for you to see as I upload it, but it's gone. It doesn't exist anymore. I'm not in that 17 minutes anymore of this video. It's gone. I'm in what I'm recording to you right now and speaking right now in this second. So I urge you to get in nature more, to follow your breath more, to do all of these things that keep you present in the present moment, because that's all you really have. And I watched him talk about all these things that he was planning on doing that were in the future and were several days out, that literally he never even accomplished or even did, because he passed away. And that's hard, man. It was hard to watch. It was hard to experience. It was hard to go through. Those 6 or 8 months up to that point was very difficult. And at some point I will talk about it more, but for this video, that's not what we're talking about. That's why I urge you to live your life and to say no if you want to say no, and say yes if you want to say yes, and not just do things to be accepted and loved by others. More or less, you want to be accepted and loved by yourself. And you're not going to have that, and that's not going to happen if you are constantly trying to do things so that you don't cause conflict, so that you don't cause arguments, so that you can avoid all of that, because you'll never avoid it. Eventually it's going to come out in a blow up or an explosion, because you're pushing down things that you don't want to acknowledge or deal with. And it will eventually also turn into dis-ease in the body, because that doesn't resonate or align with you. And those people-pleasing tendencies don't align with you either. And eventually it will catch up to you. Because I learned that from my father, who continuously did that throughout his entire life. And I followed in his path. And I was doing the same thing until I hit rock bottom twice. The first time I didn't fully learn. Then the second time I learned. And then I watched him awake, which then essentially I learned from. And now I've learned, and now I take care of the things I need to take care of in the morning. Early in the morning, I do my practices like Kundalini yoga, like meditation, like today I didn't get out in nature yet, but I will after this video. And those are the things that we need to be doing to make sure that we can be there for others. Because if you're not healthy and you're not in a good space, how can you be there for somebody else? How can you be there for anybody on this planet if you don't balance yourself out? If you're not in balance? Because if you're overdoing and underdoing, you're not in balance. So you're not going to be a good fit to assist others and better be, a better individual and a more loving individual and a more compassionate individual, because you're going to be snapping at every moment because you're not going to be doing what is best for you. And keeping that balance in all areas of your life. And then you're going to find your finances are out of whack, and maybe you're in lack, or you owe too many things. There's going to be so many things. You're going to overeat sweets or sugars or junk food, or balance is the key to life, man. And I speak this on so many videos now because I finally learned the formula to life, which is balance. My dad was writing a lot of things down about his journey. And when he, in his first bout with cancer in 1997, he made a decision and he went to a facility and he did it for himself. And he came into balance. There's no way that you couldn't. There's no way that he was not in balance. He was 100% in balance, because, when you're in balance, you're not going to have disease in the body. You're not going to have conflicts with others. You're going to, not to say you're not going to have miscommunication or arguments or things like that. That happens. That's normal. But I think that I find myself more and more finding myself working things out in a better way than what I would have in the past when I wasn't in balance. So it's very, very important. And it's very, very important that you pay attention to if you're people pleasing too much out of love and acceptance for others. Oh man, so